Yeah, so those are my 10 reasons for not believing the mainstream media. But I'll and just if I just go back to my ninth reason for not believing the mainstream media, there's with regards to um, whether Jews are white or not, or whether Jesus was white or whether the Jews were white. There's actually a book called The 13th Tribe. I forgot to write the author's name, but there's a book that can be downloaded for free from the internet that talks about that, about where European Jews actually came from. But I also wanted to mention that I was addressing I was mainly addressing the mainstream media in terms of why I actually don't watch TV at home because I've come to realize that it's all propaganda. Uh, but it's also I think it's important to also mention that the what's called the alternative media, they are also agents as well in the alternative media who work for the, let's say, for the CIA and different secretive organizations. So I'll mention some of the characters here that I've found over the years. I've come to learn actually working for the CIA. The say the one who's probably most well known is I'd say it's between Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson. Um, Alex Jones, from my research, I've learned that he's actually a CIA agent who's spreading. He does say a lot of things that are true, but some of what he says is basically he he keeps truth seekers going. He makes them go around and around in circles without really naming who's really orchestrating major world events. So um, and he's got this. It's got this channel called Infowars where I've actually seen videos on YouTube where when someone calls up and says that it's the Knights of Malta or the Roman Catholic Church or the Jesuits who are really orchestrating major world events, he always like starts basically trying to make them look like they don't know what they're talking about. And there's even one particular time when someone called into the station, into Alex Jones's station, uh, and I think this person mentioned the Roman Catholic Church, that they were really the ones who were ruling the world. And Alex Jones said said called that person mentally ill. He said that particular caller was mentally ill. So that's the way it covers for for his masters. And uh, Tucker Carlson has also got quite a large following, and it's come out that he's from a family that has got links to the CIA, and even once told someone who was recording him on his phone that those who look into 9/11 and whether the government was involved, he said, um, I think he said something like they were parasites. Um, yeah, so those two straight away, those uh, Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson have got links to the CIA, and so sometimes it's made to look like they're being persecuted, so that those who follow them will think that they are for real, that they're genuine. So someone else as well is Andrew Tate, whose dad was in the CIA. So when I heard that straight away, I was like, okay, why are so many of these guys in the old media? Why do they have links to the CIA? So um, I'm trying to think of if there's anyone else I should mention. Yeah, so there's a CIA operation called Operation Mockingbird, which even the CIA, after investigations were done, the CIA admitted that they had agents in in the media. Um, at that point, I think they had hundreds, but today probably thousands in the media, both in the mainstream media and in old media. One of the ways to tell if someone is genuine or not in media is if they're following the official narrative, whether it's climate change or the scamdemic, or any major world event. Let's say there's a war that's kicking off somewhere. When you see someone following the official narrative, um, straight away that should raise red flags, because what a journalist is supposed to do is they're supposed to investigate. They're not supposed to go to let's say the government and ask them what the official narrative is, because as I've shown just even in these few minutes, I've shown that many lies have been told. Even up to today, we're still being told lies. So why would you believe someone that continues to tell you lies? It's normally the ones who are asking real questions, who are being persecuted, who are being put in prison for. I mean, like you look at like Edward Snowden. Edward Snowden told the truth. Right now, I think he's he's been in Russia for about 13 years, because of the things that he brought out. He can't go to America because if he goes to America, he's going to be put in jail basically for some of the stuff that he revealed. And some have been assassinated and murdered for bringing out certain things. So I just wanted to share with you some of the things I've learned over the past few years in terms of the media, and why I don't believe pretty much anything the mainstream media says without looking into it myself, and why I don't watch TV. We don't watch TV in our house because I've realized that TV is basically propaganda, and I actually haven't watched TV since in my own house. I haven't watched TV since 2011. I've spent most of that time researching, reading books and watching documentaries, looking for good documentaries to watch, instead of holding a remote control in my hand, thinking that I'm getting the truth. So the truth is like hidden treasure. If you want to know the truth, you have to search and dig for it. It won't come to you whilst you're sitting on your sofa holding a remote control in your hand. It doesn't work like that. That's what God says in Jeremiah 29:13. You shall seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart. So yeah, I hope that's helpful to everyone. Maybe we really wants to get an understanding of what's really going on in the world. How have we come to be in the position that we're in? Like I said before, the two most important things we need to understand is how the world works, but most importantly, the plan of salvation as well, because this life is only temporary. And what's the most important thing is that we are saved and we spend an eternity with God. I'll just leave it there.